Hello, everybody. Today we have with us Dr. Kishor Bhanushali, Director of Research as well as Director of Academic Administration at Karnavati University. Welcome to the Collegedunia portal, sir.
Thank you.
So, beginning with the interview, my first question to you is that you have held several key positions at educational institutes throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that keep you connected to the education sector?
Prior to joining academics, I have worked in the corporate world as well. So I worked in the banking sector, chemical industries as well. And while working for a corporate sector, something that I realized is there was a gap in terms of the skill set that corporate needs and the skill set that academic institutes are producing. So after working in a corporate field, I realized that okay, there is an urgent need to do something, and that's where I thought, okay, let me get into academics first, and then I try to make sure that at least from my side there should be some contribution to bridge this gap. So my objective of being in academic field, working as the head of institution is make sure that this gap has to be as minimum as possible.
Absolutely. That's very thoughtful of you, sir. Moving on, my next question is that what is your philosophy on leadership and how would you like to describe your leadership style?
See, for me, leader is not the leader just by designation. Leader is a leader if you have got followers. It may be with designation or without designations, and people will follow you provided you become a role model to them. You have to become one of them. So at Karnataka University, at United School of Business, personally, I always feel that I have to be part of my team and I have to lead both from the front as well as from the back side. Front end comes in when if something goes wrong, I'm there as a leader to take the blame. If everything goes fine, as far as things are in a right position, right state, everything for all the success, my team is there to take credit. If something goes wrong, I'm there. At the same time, I have to be working like a role model to my team. So I'm as an administrator, my role is to do administration part. But when I'm talking to my faculties, I'm also a teacher. So my teaching load is at par with all other faculty members. So I'm there as a role model as a teacher. To my administrative team, I'm as a role model as an administrator. Then and only you are a real leader.
That's great, sir. So my next question to you is that meaning the education system in India and foreign countries are structured very differently. In your personal opinion, what can be an inbound student gain to the students studying here at Karnavati University?
See, when you compare the education system in most of the developed countries of the world, and when you compare with India and other underdeveloped the students about the subjects. Here in case of India, most of these Indian students, when you talk to them about the study, they join a college just for the sake of degree. So they want degree. They are there for marks, they are there for grades, and knowledge comes at the second stage. And they have this predefined notion that once you have the degree, the job is there with you. Okay, now degree do not signifies job. Degree is one of the symbolism that you have the knowledge that doesn't give you a job or successful career in corporate world or in your own business. And when you talk to those education system abroad, there the students have a attitude that they want to learn, and the self-study, self-learning attitude is there. And faculty members in those universities are working as a mentor, not as a teacher. Whereas in case of India, most of those public sector universities, to be precise, we have a student who is there for the degree, and we have a teacher who is pure teacher. He's not a mentor. He's there to teach the particular module. He's bothered about whether that module is relevant or not, how it is connected to the corporate world, whether the student learning some module, how he is going to utilize his learning. That's where the difference lies. So at Karnataka University and at United School of Business, we always try to bridge the gap. And that gap comes in by way of both. One, student need to be trained in terms of faculty members are there as a mentor, not as a teacher. So faculty team is there to support your learning process. And a lot of learning takes place from a peer group. So we always emphasize on student-centric learning rather than a syllabus-centric learning.
Absolutely. So on that note, my next question is that how does the curriculum of Karnavati University make sure the best practices of the industry?
Yeah, in terms of curriculum, primarily we follow a flexible curriculum system because nowadays the requirement of the markets are changing day by day. With changes in technology, you call it, changes in the market environment, social attitude. So the industry requirement is changing so fast that your syllabus has to make a pace with the change. With that in mind, we make sure that our syllabus are quite updated, number one. Number two, our syllabus is designed in consultation with the industry. So syllabus is not designed by teachers, but they are designed in consultation with the industries. So we talk to industry first that what is your requirement, what kind of knowledge you need, and accordingly we design our syllabus. Okay. Secondly, once the syllabus is delivered to a student, okay, during this process of pedagogy or delivery, we always make sure that industries would have some role in delivering the syllabus also. So not only designing. So what we do, we invite people from the corporate to come and take part of the modules. And secondly, most of the faculty members that we have are not pure teachers. Most of them have corporate experience. So they know what is corporate requirement, and accordingly, they work with the corporate terms of designing the syllabus, in terms of teaching the syllabus, and mostly we focus on experiential learning, case-based teaching pedagogy to make sure that whatever theoretical concepts are taught to students in the class, they know how those concepts are actually applied in the markets. And they have quite good interaction with the corporate people. So we have a full-fledged CSD team, we call it Career Service Department. Now CSD team is a link between institute and corporate. And they try to make sure that students are connected to the corporate world as in when they feel like, okay, they need some interaction, they want to learn something beyond this syllabus.
Right. That's quite an efficient approach, sir. So coming to the next question, what do you see as Karnavati University's greatest strengths?
See, for any academic institutes, the greatest strength for any academic institutes is always the faculty, number one. And second, the kind of environment that you have. That environment has to be conducive kind of environment. So we have large green 35 acre bigger campus that we have. Okay, all faculty members are well equipped. In terms of infrastructure, we have one of the best infrastructure available to the students. And when students enter the campus, he feel like, okay, this is the right platform or right kind of environment, because most of the time, learning is not limited to that classroom. Lot of learning takes place outside the classroom, maybe a parking lot, or maybe a sports area, maybe a canteen, maybe a garden, maybe a cafeteria. So everywhere we have created that environment. Starting from a faculty to VC, everybody is freely approachable to student. So as in when, and we in our campus, always we see that, okay, faculty members are sitting with the students in the cafeteria and discussing something. A group of students also discussing something at a different place. So faculties are one core strength. Number two, the infrastructure setup that we have. And third setup that we have is well-equipped library. Because library is the backbone of any academic institute. So our library has textbook, journals, good number of e-book, software. So all kind of infrastructure is available. And library again is fully equipped with audio, visual arrangement, small classroom for the discussions. So that's where the strength of an academic institute comes in. And I'm proud that we have all those infrastructure available at Karnataka University.
That's great, sir. So my next question is, in your opinion, what do you see some of the greatest challenges in higher education in general and for Karnavati University specifically?
See, higher education, the greatest challenge that if you talk in terms of Indian scenario is the diversity. We have a top class institute like IITs and IIMs, and the other side, we have typical old colleges and university who are still teaching the syllabus which is outdated one, the pedagogy is still that typical classroom kind of environment. Changing the scenario itself is a bigger challenge. Second bigger challenge comes in by way of mindset of the student and parents. Still in India, the mindset is typical that degree-oriented mindset, where as a student I go to college because I need an attendance, I go to college because I need marks, and that mindset is limited to that syllabus. And that syllabus is not this key for success. So that's the biggest challenge that we have, even for the parents. They have a mindset, okay, I want to put my kids into XYZ college. College is not for studies, but college is for fun. So students go to college, and typical college you visit, you'll have larger number of students in the cafeteria and in parking lot than in the classroom.
Right.
And they think, okay, college is for fun. For the learning, they join coaching classes, and coaching classes are there just for the limited knowledge, which makes them equipped enough to crack an exam with a good percentage. Now, how do we change this mindset? Is a bigger challenge that we have. And to be honest, the new education policy that government came up is trying to address these challenges. Okay, but we know what is the speed with which the changes take place in India. So that's the biggest challenge that we have. At Karnataka University, again, the biggest challenge is the same one. When students join Karnataka University, the biggest challenge that we face is changing that mindset. That look, this is not the university which gives you a degree. You got an admission, you crack an exam, degree is there with you. But we are here for your holistic development. At School of Business, we said we want to become a manager. We want to rule the corporate world. And that ruling is not possible just based on the small syllabus and crack an exam. So that initial changing that mindset of the student is the biggest challenge that we face. We have to an extent succeeded in changing that mindset for the PG program. But at UG level still, kids are there, so it becomes a bit difficult, at least in the initial phase when you want to change that mindset.
Right.
And another challenge is in the form of the competition. Rather, we are taking it as an opportunity that now we had a greater competition. We are awaiting all those foreign universities to enter into Indian premises, and then in the long run, everybody is going to benefit out of it.
Right. So in your personal opinion, what should be the university's vision over the next 10 years?
In next 10 years, in my personal opinion is, university has to emerge as world-class university in the sense that we should not be attracting students only from India. See, as of now, if I talk in terms of general structure of the student that we have a representation from around 20 odd states. So, Karnataka University represents an Indian scenario, but now the vision is to become a world class and attracting students from other countries. So, attracting global students in a sizable number, so that that international kind of discipline works. And when you have a diversified group, the more amount of real learning takes place. So, vision is to attract the global students to Indian land.
Much needed, sir. So, moving to the last part of the interview, what would be a few suggestions or advices you'd like to give to the current youth as well as the aspiring students?
To current aspiring students, one suggestion is that education is not about. So the advice to aspiring students and youth, the foremost important advice that I want to make is come out of that mindset that education means degree, education means marks. That is wrong notion. Education doesn't mean degree and marks. Education means a real knowledge, and knowledge which improves your lifestyle, improve the lifestyle of the society, knowledge helps you in contributing to your society and country at large. Okay, for that, we have ample opportunities available. Because of COVID, we moved to online learning, and now we are well versed with the online teaching. Now, sitting in your room, sitting in your state, your district, your village, you can have best courses of the world available to you, provided you want to learn. So come out of that mindset from the degree-oriented learning to knowledge-oriented learning. Come with some sort of goals and aspirations. And when you are selecting a university or college for the purpose, that selection should not be based on how easy to crack an exam there, whether attendance is mandatory or not, because students select a college where attendance is not important, internals are given easily, and if some college is there to give them a degree without attending a college, rather it will become their first choice, not for all, but many of them. You need to come out of this mindset. Degree will help you in entering the room for the interview. It will not help you in cracking your interview number one. Degree will help you even to an extent, maybe getting a job, but it will not help you in succeeding the job. So think of a success, think of a knowledge, and come out of that mindset with a degree, okay, and you'll have great career ahead. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you for your valuable vision, sir. On that note, I'd like to conclude the interview. That was indeed a quite intellectual and informative session. So that was Dr. Kishor Bhanushali, Director of Research and Academic Administration at Karnavati University. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.